So essentially, how this whole fight started, and I'm gonna add to the conclusion here. My brother Matt, uh, we're gonna mention his name because we don't respect criminals. He got caught for cyber stalking, public endangerment, public harassment, public stalking, and threatening with a deadly weapon. All extreme felonies of a dangerous individual. I got attacked by him my whole life. And essentially, the way he threatens and manipulates you, his poison of choice is essentially using your personality. He gets to know you, uses your personality and something you love that you can't live without, and he uses it against you to push you in a direction he wants you to go. So, for example, I love my friends, I love people, and I love my work, and I can't live without them. So, he told me, he's like, Mitch, you gonna help me? I was like, I can't do it. I'm busy. I got stuff I gotta do. He's like, okay. Well, you know eBay? You know YouTube? That's going. You don't help me. You want to help? All right. You don't want to help? And that was the exact face he used, right? And then another one was, you know Silvio? You know your friend Mike? You know your brother Mike? You know Keith? You know Janelle? You know Mom? You know your buddy Matt? You know your buddy Silvio? They're all gonna leave you. And he goes, you know how you're considered smart and stupid at the same time? We'll use that against you. You wanna help? Nothing I could do? And I was like, alright, bet. And then, he told me this. I can't remember the time period because it was so traumatic, but he told me this when I lived back in the house. So if I had to guess, between 2018 and 2020, between the two. And then at the same time, it took him quite many years to do this, but between this, that, and the other thing, Matt was let out of the ACI with those charges after 3 months. I don't know how he was let out. He shouldn't have been. But he teamed up with a lot of people, for in which is not good. And the last thing I'm going to say is he made a connection to the conspiracy theories. Matt did, and he tied it into the mix. So Matt is very evil. He did essentially what Hitler did and teamed everybody up on me. So I became like the Jews, and everybody else became like the Nazis. So that's how Hitler directed. You're not allowed to use this. And the fact that, this type of thing and the psychology behind it has been proven, if this type of thing comes up in the future, it'll be stopped immediately. Okay? So this will be paid attention to, and this is not allowed ever again. Matt, you can have a good life. I'm done fixing your mess. This is the last mess I'm fixing of yours, Matt. I saved my life permanently. You're done taking it. End of story. Hey, Matt, goodbye. Now, with that being said, I'm trying to clear the state's name for I love everybody, but it wouldn't be my choice anyway, for the victim cannot press charges based off of the very bare minimal explanation of the law. Victims cannot press charges. So regardless, I don't have the ability to clear everybody's names. It would be above my pay grade, even though I don't get paid for it. I get my mother helps me with funds, and I get a little bit of disability, not much, because I tried to work for several years, but this type of thing kept showing up. Anyways, for what the case is, for the fairness and the fair person that I am, I take a look at it as only the responsible are supposed to go down for this. So I feel my brother Matt is the only one responsible, for he's the one who threatened everybody. So whatever the case may be, Matt is essentially a very negative and very scary, very petrifying individual to be around. So with that being said, he pretty much replicated himself and everybody by having the same goal set. So it's like, it's kind of nuts. And it's like, wow. we'll wrap it up with it wouldn't be my choice. However, I believe Matt should go down for he is responsible for starting all this. This was nuts.